afternoon to everyone out in the World Wide Web and is following us virtually. We're here again this afternoon, Mr. Josiah and I, to bring to you your Whispering Hope weather update. This afternoon, as usual, he's well seated, ready to go. We're a bit late, and that has to do all with the technology. Nonetheless, we're here to give you your weather update and to keep you informed with what's happening. So, Mr. Josiah,
Yes, my
welcome
brother.
again
Good
this afternoon.
afternoon to you. Good afternoon to the listening public. Certainly, we are here this afternoon to give you all the information that you need. I want to thank you for joining us. We're so sorry that we are starting it just a bit late. As my brother indicated, we had some technical difficulties, and I believe that he has cleared those difficulties, and we're here to give you an update as to what the tropics are looking like. Well, tropics east of the islands looks pretty nice and quiet. We're not seeing anything for us to talk about significantly. Right out towards the east continues to be rather quiet because of as you could see, the tropical East Atlantic. There's a tropical wave coming off of the coast of Africa, which we will be monitoring the next couple of days. But by and large, just a monsoon trough down in the southeastern tropical Atlantic continues to flare up. But in terms of the whole Atlantic Ocean, from right across the coast of Africa, right over to us here in the Eastern Caribbean, continues to be relatively quiet, just basically indicative of what we call dry air. And that dry air here is Antigua and Barbuda right here. The coast of Africa is all the way out here. As you could see, all here. Nothing at all right there. All that is just basically drier air. And we continue to note that the tropical East Atlantic, because of the dust and the lack of significant moisture, has caused those tropical waves not to be anything significant. So what we will continue to monitor them, because we're getting into the heart of the hurricane season, and anything that wants life will certainly get life, and is something that we will watch. But over the western parts of the region, however, is not very good news at all for those individuals, particularly along the Gulf states, particularly Alabama, Louisiana, etc. We're talking about not tropical storm, but Hurricane Laura. Remember that system that went through us, and we did not have too much here in Antigua and Barbuda, but certainly wreaked havoc in Haiti. We got some damages in St. Kitts, etc. Well, this particular system has now been upgraded to a hurricane, and it will continue to develop even further. Laura is moving towards the west and northwest across the central Gulf of Mexico, and is expected to strengthen into, get this one, a major hurricane before landfall Wednesday night or Thursday morning. A major hurricane starts with winds in the region of 115 miles per hour and higher. And we are looking at that particular system to really impact those areas, particularly along the Gulf states. This is the path that is forecast as of 5 p.m. this afternoon, located in this general location. The purple area continues to show that it continues to have a very high chance of impacting Louisiana, someplace in that general location, sometime in the next 24 to 48 hours, bringing with it very strong winds in the region of 115 miles per hour sustained, and higher gusts. Definitely, that's something for them to watch. Here is what you're looking at with Hurricane Laura right now. It's relatively a small system, but nonetheless, it has the warmth of the Gulf of Mexico to contend with. That is going to be certainly fueling it. And along with that, it's far away from any landmass, relatively far for right now, but it will move towards the northwest and impact the Gulf states in the next 36 hours. And this is certainly something to watch, my brother, as we might have some relatives and friends in that general location. But for the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, we continue to sit pretty nicely. We continue to monitor the progress. Other than Hurricane Laura, things are relatively quiet for us, but we'll certainly keep our eyes on that particular menacing storm, Hurricane Laura, because we do believe that it will wreak some havoc in those Gulf states.
Let me say it's an interesting afternoon because this lady, Laura, passed us by, and unassumingly, nobody knew what happened until we got the report from St. Kitts and the other islands around. And it was an uncertain of what is going to go on with this. One time it's a tropical wave, one time it's a tropical storm, bordering back to going back to tropical wave, and now it's headed for major hurricane.
Major hurricane status.
Yes, and that's why we should not be the ones rumbling around that somebody got it wrong. I just want to say God is good. God is good, and I hope
God is
He's
good.
gracious and merciful to all those persons in the panhandle. You know, they that as they get this weather into their area, that they will be safe and no lives will be lost, because God has been good to us down in this area, and we should be thankful. Really, that's what we should be. And now we should still be praying for our brothers and sisters. Yes, I do have a friend living somewhere in that area. He just WhatsApped me a while ago, just talking on something other than the weather. But yes, we are happy that we are cleared of the danger. And I looked at both hurricanes, tropical wave, they're moving in that area, one behind another. I said, wow, interesting thing. Yes. And so I want to thank you for the weather update this afternoon. The Atlantic is looking beautiful. And so for the rest of the week, we're going to have a carefree, so to speak, in quotation mark, week. It's as clear as day, clear as crystal, not any wave, anything there to bother us.
Nothing to worry us at all. But
September is coming. At the end of this week, September is coming, and we're not lucky when it comes to September, October.
Which is so true. But I do believe that next week we'll be keeping an eye on a tropical wave, even though there are some weak signals that it might want to do a little bit of development. But nonetheless, we will certainly keep our eyes on it as we get down into the early parts of September. Things are likely to heat back up again, and we'll certainly be keeping our eyes on this particular area, because as I said, whatsoever want life will get life in the heart of the hurricane season. But for right now, we can breathe easy that we are not looking down at any potential system for the next couple of days, other than Hurricane Laura right now, which we'll continue to monitor and hope and pray that it will not necessarily decimate the Gulf states in the next few hours.
Okay, yes, man. So I want to thank you, everyone, for tuning in, for logging into your now becoming favorite and trusted weather source. We're happy to have you following us. And you can tell your friends. And before you log out this afternoon, we're going to encourage you to subscribe and click that bell, because when you do that, even though we are late on afternoons, your phone will go off, your tablet will go off, your device will go off to say, we are on. So again, I want to thank you, Mr. Josiah, for coming on this afternoon, giving us of your time to keep us up to date with what's happening in our neck of the woods.
That's right. Well, thank you so much, my brother, and we'll certainly keep an eye on the tropics.
Excellent. God bless you. Have a wonderful evening.
And same to you tonight.